Well, I think there's a variety of different obstacles in the way. I think one is actually a sort of prejudice, and maybe it's partly born out of ignorance that people don't, oh, I don't know how to Twitter, oh, I don't know what this Facebook's all about, and they then dismiss it as a fad. And then they come around to realising, I was speaking to a colleague just the other day who said, I was speaking to these two students and they were just going on about this, and I suddenly realised I need to be on there because they're realising that's where an audience is. So I think that is one of the barriers. There's also, I think, well, we've never done it that way before barrier. You know, people saying, oh, I'm not sure if it looks good if you're tweeting in the chamber. And I think that's because we're not used to seeing people doing that. And for a very long time, even mobile phones were banned. You couldn't even receive a text message with a key statistic that, you know, you'd asked your researcher to look up. And so I think that will actually change. Another thing, I've been campaigning to allow footage of Parliament to be shown on YouTube, which until now has been banned, which I think is ridiculous, because what goes on in Parliament is, I mean, it's effectively, you know, the public's property, and they should be able to look at it and share it and send it on to their friends and say what they think about it. But parliamentarians have had a certain reluctance that, oh, well, they might misuse it, perhaps by cutting things out of context, which of course you can already do with Hansard, or that perhaps people will then, you know, write nasty comments about it, which of course people can say to their friends down the pub and write in blogs anyway, or that perhaps they will use clips, you know, to ridicule MPs, and in which I would sort of really just say, well then, you know, when you're in the chamber, don't do things that will leave you open to ridicule. That actually putting clips of Parliament on YouTube is not going to bring Parliament's reputation down. Actually, if anything, opposing all of this new technology and the ways that it can open up politics just makes Westminster look a little bit out of date. There are a lot of people, though, that are now realising that we do need to embrace this further. The new Mr. Speaker is very sort of bought into this agenda, and I think increasingly many MPs are realising that it is the way that it's going, and we just need to find ways to engage with it, you know, in a really positive way. One of the reasons I do like it is because I think it is a great tool for reform, and I don't like the way things have currently been done. I think we do need to change that. I think it's a success, and if it's politicians coming onto that, you know, agenda, which has been where the people who've wanted reform are, then that's a good thing. I don't think it in any way reduces the ability of that media to be incredibly powerful in challenging, criticising, scrutinising those in power, whether that's in political power or economic power.